Good morning, everyone. Swiftgal playing some more Salt and Sanctuary, the enhanced edition. Which, if you've played it before and haven't gone back and played it, highly recommend checking it out. It is awesome. We are just getting started. We took out the Queen of Smiles, so 2 bosses down, pretty much, and about ready to head into the Watching Woods, possibly dipping into Bandit's Past. However, before we get too deep here, I am going to be doing a little bit of a grind as well. I want to get through this first section just to see if I end up needing to do a grind. Okay, that's a drowned bandit's ear, which is what I think I need. I guess we'll find out. I'm trying to plan ahead, basically, and there are a few things that we're going to be doing. Hawk's Ear. Mossy Charm is good. Let's go ahead. That's our first charm. That increases attack speed, which is great, especially with the dagger, and especially with the dagger we're going to be getting by the end of this video, hopefully. Let's go ahead and climb these trees. Get this stone mage. That hurt. Okay, and do we have... Yes. With fire arrows, I'm going to go ahead and... the slimes are very resistant to physical damage, so having a source of fire is really useful. Should just be 1 fire arrow. Did not open that passage yet, which I probably should go do. That's okay. So our goals today are just to collect items and hopefully defeat the alchemist. And honestly, we're going to unlock most of the stuff we're going to be using throughout this run in this video. The coolest part about this build is how easy it is to get up and running. Because it's not super reliant on gear. It's relying on a couple pieces of gear, but it's stuff that you can get pretty early. I am shocked that that worked. We're starting to run a little bit. Okay, there we go. There's our bullwhip. That's one of our other things that we need. We're nowhere near where we need to be on most of our other stuff yet, but that's okay. We'll get there. Yeah, we're just not going to risk that. Because this path takes us down to the stone claws, which are going to be our bread and butter. This is going to be our path. We're going to take the Oath of the Stone Roots. We're going to become an apostate to the 3. And we are going to be going for poison. We're going to go ahead and do a stone leader, stone guide, and I don't have another merchant, so I guess let's go blacksmith. And the reason this is important is, so there's a couple pieces to it. So the first thing is, so there's a couple of things that I'm hoping to get here. Yep, Drowned Bandit's Ears, Rotten Walker's Ears, and Feral Beast Tooth. We should have access to all 3 of these. We don't have enough yet, but we have some. The second thing we're going to be doing is looking at getting a couple things upgraded. We don't have the items we need yet, but we're going to be able to transmute. We do have that. Oh no, we don't have the silver leaf yet. So we need a silver leaf to get the martial flail for our whip. The reason that's important is because that is going to give us an effective form of strike damage that scales with dexterity. Most of the other weapons that we've got access to are gonna be based on slash damage, and most of the good strike-based weapons are strength-based. The guide is going to let us get back here more easily, but it also lets us backtrack more easily. We can visit any of the previous ones, although we don't want to right now because they don't like us because we abandoned them. And having a blacksmith here is going to let us continue upgrading our weapons. We do want to upgrade the midshipman's dirk and the bullwhip as high as we can before we change them into their new forms. Now the big thing here is all of this stuff costs salt. And obviously, salt is also what we use to level up. All of these things together mean this is going to be our big grinding point for the game. Now that I've gotten this far, what I'm going to be doing is starting off with these 3 monster types. So Rotten Walkers, which are the zombies from the very beginning, Drowned Bandits, which are the guys at the very beginning of the forest, and Feral Beasts, which are the dogs. These 3 monsters don't give a ton of salt, but we're going to be killing them to get their ears, which we can use to get upgrades to our health potions and other items. The second thing we're going to do is get some transmutation materials. Like I said, we're going to get that silver leaf, and there is an item that the poison gel enemies drop that is going to be used to transmute our dagger. That's going to give us poison. So between these 2 pieces, we're going to need like 13,000 salt, I think it is, in addition to the items. So I'm going to go ahead and cut away, and we're going to come back with all of that stuff. Okay, that wasn't too bad. So, first things first. We're going to go ahead and grab the Pestclaw Dagger first. This is the expensive one. It costs 10,000. This is what we needed that poison cytoplasm for. Now, I'm trying to remember what we actually used to upgrade this now, because I think it's obnoxious to get. Yes, Frozen Lockets, which I don't think we have access to yet. However, this does a split of slashing damage and poison damage, which I believe our cap was around 10 before. So getting this is already going to be about doubling our damage output plus it can apply the poison stats, which is very good in this game. The second thing that we're going to do is turn in our items here. So, Rotten Walker Ears, we're going to turn it into Wraith Bangs. Drowned Bandit's Ears, we're going to turn into, you guessed it, Wraith Bangs. And Feral Beast, we're actually going to use to get a... yeah, let's go Health Upgrade. So this is now going to give us... if you recall those throwing daggers that we got earlier, the Wraith Fang is similar to those Forest Fang items that we got earlier. We now get 50 every time we rest. We've got the Blacksmith's Gloves and the Chef's Apron equipped, because with the Alchemist... the Alchemist does a lot of poison damage. That just happened. That just happened. You know... These enemies are not the best for us. I've ground against those guys before, but usually when I'm dealing with, like, fire, which they're weak against... Leather armor, gray pearl... Well, hello! Where did you come from? Okay, let's just go take the Alchemist out. The Mad Alchemist... So the way damage works in this game, poison damage works in this game, is once the enemy has the poison status, every additional hit is going to power up how much damage they take. Oh, jeez. Okay, we got lucky there. I thought I died. I will say with this build, I've had several times where I killed the boss after I died. So I would also not be super surprised if that ends up happening at some point here. Yeah. Got a pretty solid start here. And a very good demonstration of, like, the Alchemist isn't, like, weak to poison or something like that. That's just what the poison effects look like in this game. And that's going to give us a bunch of levels. We got a free Black Pearl as well. So now we're going to pop our head up here. We're going to grab Class 2 Hunter, I think it is. Let me double check. Martial Flail is only a Class 1. We actually didn't even need that. And I think I've got a Gray Pearl, so... yeah, we'll just pull that back, because we only really want that one level of Hunter. Because we are going to be dipping into... Pikeman as well, which is clear on the other side. Well, not clear on the other side, but it's a little out of the way. Let's go ahead and boost shields, and let's use this to get... It's Mace Fighter. That probably wasn't the best way to go, but that's okay. I did not have this whole tree planned out. I just had some vague milestones, so I'm not super worried. Okay, let's go... Just need... Oh, we still don't have the silver leaf for that, which is one of the things that I was thinking about. There's an area coming up, though, where we're going to be able to get them more easily. We can get a bow upgrade here. May as well just buy it now. And then let's grab some poison arrows as well. And we'll just get some more regular arrows. I think we've got all of those, and these are some okay light armor, but we're really not worrying about armor right now. Light a torch, jump down here. These are wretch maws, which are going to be our next victim of choice. We're going to go ahead and burn that. Crossed over here through the Watching Woods. And I think we're going to jump right into the next boss. I'm not sure how wise this is, but I'm really not feeling particularly worried, given that this boss should be relatively susceptible to poison and is not great against ranged attacks, most importantly. Keep our distance, hit and run, look for good opportunities, don't get greedy. That was greedy. Okay, he's on second phase now, so the timing's a little different. That was very close. Rolled the wrong way. One of the big things with this guy is you always want to roll towards him, and it's really counterintuitive for me sometimes. But not always. Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, the good news is we didn't have a lot of salt to lose. And he's easy to get back to. Take two. We were very close considering that that was a first try. What just happened? Okay, we just got through the first poison effect. There we go. Don't think we can do anything here yet. Gotta open some more doors first. But this bottom path on the Sunken Keep is now open. We're gonna get some Retchmaw feeders. These guys have a chance of dropping Silverleaf, which is one of the reasons that we're moving forward rather than just going for that whip right away. There's the Silverleaf. Go ahead and use that Stone Acorn to claim a Sanctuary. And I think here, I'm going to grab, let's do a Guide, a Mage. Yeah, let's just do a Guide and a Mage. Sensing a theme? That's right, that doesn't actually help us. Wait for these bridges to come back. And you know what? Let's go ahead and... Actually, let's use the guide quick. Head back to Watching Woods. Get our whip upgraded. Do we have the items we need to do? Let's get this at least up to a +3 quick. So the big thing with this martial flail, like I said earlier, is it does strike damage instead of slashing. So we can use it to we can use it against enemies, or specifically bosses, that are normally strong against slashing damage, which is really nice. Some keep. Can we buy? Yeah, no. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, I think we're gonna go this way. Not ideal because we're getting a bunch of points in strength that we don't really need. That will help a little bit with the chain, but the pikeman ability is actually going to be very valuable eventually, so good there. And with... oh, we got some more forest fangs. Or forest fangs, nice. Forest fangs, it would be nice if we ever get to a spot where we don't have our creed of choice. Technically, we can skip the Jester, but I'm just going to use this as a way to get a save point right next to him. He's like mid killing blow there. Ugh. Be safe. We're very close. There we go. Poison ran out right before it killed him. If we'd gotten like one more hit in, we would have been fine. One more boss down. False Jester. Unlike some of the other bosses we had fought, the False Jester is actually weak to poison. Let me go ahead and get the first brand, which is going to let us walk upside down on these things. Another silver leaf. Forgot there was a free one there. This takes us back up into the Festering Banquet, where this guy is chilling. Does he still have... He does not have Soldier Bones yet. Let's go ahead and just pick up some more locks of hair. That'll help us upgrade stuff. And he does not have fire arrows. Okay. Do a quick loop around this way. That. And this is going to bring us back to Bandit's Pass, which we've been to briefly before, but have not really explored fully. So we're going to be approaching it from a different angle. Oop. I know there's a guy over there. Can't remember how obnoxious he is. Can't even really see him, but you can see the numbers going up. And that guy's worth 600 salt, which is pretty solid. don't think this path is open yet. Yeah. Back toward the Red Hall of Cages. Lots of chain armor we're not going to be using. Missed the tripwire there. I know there's a bunch of them laying around here. Most of them just trigger arrows. And this guy is, yeah, once again, this guy, our good friend. That was very close, but we got there. Some more chain gear. And I believe when we get over here, this should be the surface coming up. Yep. So this is kind of a weird little spot, because if you go back, you have to go deal with a bunch of enemies, but you have quite a ways before you can get to a save point going either direction. We're going to go ahead and just get the rest of these items quick, and then I'm going to try and bum rush through back this way. These guys hit really hard and our armor sucks. So I'm gonna just take this slowly because we have not saved. We've got our salt from the Jester still. It's another tree we're going to be able to climb here. Fortunately, that raider armor is heavy. It always sounds like it should be something that you can use as a light character. It is not. Light vessels are nice. And how many enemies are chilling down here waiting for me? Not too many. One of the nice things with poison is how it goes through shields like that. As long as you're doing even a ping of damage to the enemy, it does start adding ticks of poison. And we're going to use a crystal sphere to take this over for our own purposes. don't think we need any of these right now. We're not going to be grinding here. I'll just grab a stone cell sword because we're not going to use those as frequently. That'll give us a shield bonus. And then we'll continue heading back. This is basically where we were previously. Back to the original Festering Banquet area. And now we're gonna just quick head this way. This is not actually going to be useful to us, but I like picking up treasure. There we go. And you know, this feels like it's probably past time for us to wrap this video up. I'm gonna go ahead and just get back to where I was. And we'll pick back up next time, heading to, I believe that should be the Dome of the Forgotten. Again, we're cruising along here, pretty well. And like I said, or the other nice thing here is we have most of the equipment we're going to be using for most of the game. I have one more item that I'm planning on making, and that's the spear that I've mentioned. But we're in really good shape. Anyway, hopefully you're enjoying. If you are, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.